Welcome, 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 everybody. This is again an international meeting. That's wonderful. Let's start. Okay, welcome to the SkyWorld community info session. Let me tell you what this is all about for the new people and for the people who already are convinced and know about the technology. You can later on also ask, everybody can, after the info session, you can ask any questions, any. So let me introduce myself. I am Kaat Jacobs. I'm the communication manager of SkyWorld Community, the platform SkyWorld Community, and I am also responsible for the country of India. That is a wonderful job. So I met SkyWorld Community company in 2017. I was invited to become at a business coaching course, and you can see here at the bottom. You see here there were many people there, 130 people from all over the world. And we did this course a year in a lot of different countries. And our coach was Mr. Yuri Galata, business coach. Wonderful experience. And then we were, at the end of the year, we were chosen. The leaders of the leaders team were chosen, and I was one of them. And then the board members asked me to become communication manager. Who are the board members? These are 5 people, wonderful people, who did a good fight and won. So you can see there are engineers in between them. There are also business people. Let me get some new people in. And there's also a lawyer and doctor in economics between them, Mr. Maslov. And yeah, they all have their capacities and abilities and talents, and a good group of people. And they are persistent and they won. So what is the platform? SkyWorld Community. It says itself, it's a community. It's a crowdfunding platform. And this crowdfunding platform is financing the technology, Unitsky String Technology. What do we offer? We offer a convertible loan. What does that mean? You can share your money with the platform. The platform will share the money with the Unitsky String Technology. Then you can have your money back after 3 years with 4% extra, or you can have, instead of your money back, you can have dividend shares, and everybody's choosing for the second option, of course. So we call you then an investor, and you can also become a partner. So that means you are an investor, but so that means you talk about this opportunity to other people. That's a partner. And of course, you can also be both. And what is the Unitsky String Technology? What are we financing? Well, this is an innovative transportation system. It is an amazing technology. The engineer who started this technology and who designed this technology is a space engineer. So you can imagine what technology is used here. It's completely new technology, and it is traveling above the ground, so in the air. You not only have wonderful sights, but we can overcome traffic jams, and we have those all over the world. And then, of course, this is technology that is absolutely ecological top. And for the people who already raised their hands, please wait after the info session. I will already answer many questions. After the info session, you will get, if I didn't answer your question, then you can answer them, you can ask the question. So let me go on. So no pollution, and we can build everywhere. So there are no borders. Yeah, we don't need a flat ground. We're not on the ground. We're in the air. Okay, and we all know that the current transportation technology has a lot of challenges with nature, but also other things that we are very confronted with every day, yes? And we offer a hassle-free, safe, and easy, smooth ride for every problem. You can see this for passenger transportation, cargo, containers, everywhere. And you can see we're in the air. And at the moment, there is no efficient solution. Why can I be so convinced, so sure about that? It is not to brag, but it's the reality. I was in 4 meetings in the port of Antwerp, one of the biggest ports in the world, and they are looking the last 10 years for a solution, and they didn't find any. So when we introduced ourselves, we were asked 4 times back because they were, the board members of the harbor were very impressed about the technology. And I will tell you very soon why. And I will impress you too. So what can the Unitsky String Technology offer? We have, in 6 years, developed 14 vehicles, 14. If you know that, for example, Mercedes, Porsche, Audi, Renault, you know, all these big Hyundai, Nissan, it takes them 6 years to develop one vehicle. We developed in 6 years 14 vehicles. Only 2 are not certified yet. That's the high-speed Unibus that goes 500 kilometers an hour, and the container transportation. But they both are already developed, and now they're on the tracks, they're testing them. And for the high speed, we need 25 kilometers to test the vehicle in the speed, you know, to get the speed up to 500 kilometers. But we started with this one, the Unibike and the Unibus. That was the plan. That was the plan. You see these two, and these are real pictures. That was the plan. Passenger transportation, private transportation for 2 people, or maximum for 14. And then governments and regions of countries ask for bigger vehicles, more transportation in much less time. This is all real pictures. These are all real pictures. Then they asked solutions for cargo, sand, grains. Then they asked solutions to load and unload. Then they asked solutions for very difficult areas to build transportation, and the Uniwind can be built anywhere. And then, of course, the faster, the better. So we have the high speed, it goes 500 kilometers an hour. And yes, this is also a real picture. And the latest of them all is the Unicont. And that is because we were in the harbor and they told us the problems with their containers. The engineer went back to the designer and said what the problem was all about. And during the coronavirus period, the engineers had the chance, and you can see them here, build it, to build and construct it completely and finish it off. And you see $1 per 100 ton per kilometer. Isn't that very cheap? Yeah. So, and it's above the ground. So no hassle, no smelly, noisy trucks on the road who destroys our roads everywhere. Yeah, can you imagine what the different what a different transportation we would have if only the trucks will leave the space where we drive our cars. Just that small change, that would be already huge advantage. And then we have the solution for ports. There are many countries who end up at the sea or water. Can you please mute? Can you please? Hello, can you please mute? Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, can you please mute? Thank you. So the solution for the ports are countries who have no ability to have harbors, you know, too big chunks of the name. Yeah, there's no place to build a harbor. So nature is not always inviting, yes? So too big rocks, too deep or too undeep, whatever. And we can build 10 kilometers away from the shore, can we build a port. So that's already amazing. And here you can load, unload on this platform. So this is also a solution for transportation. So how does the technology work? Okay, let me introduce you the secrets. It is called a string technology. Why? Because there are strings used inside, and these strings are wrapped around each other, they twisted around each other, and then they are the one who are responsible to carry the heavy loads. Yes. Then inside the case, inside the rail, there is a filling, and this filling is also very special, and our CEO has a patent on it. It is flexible concrete. Flexible concrete, what does it mean? So the rails are more flexible, so it can stand heavy winds, floods, water, tsunamis, hurricanes, you name it, yeah, because when it's flexible, it can't break, yes, and it absorbs sound. So that is also wow. Then on top, there's a combination of metal, and when the wheel is riding on the rail, there's almost no friction and no sound. So that means that the vehicle doesn't consume a lot of energy to move forward. So that gives a lot of advantages. And then people ask me, Kaat, but if the wheel is on the rail, it will drive off. No, of course not. There's another wheel that keeps the big wheel on the track. Yes, you can see the derailing system. And that means that the safety is very high, and those things cannot happen. So you see, our safety is huge. And then something else, the anchors are put in a special way, so it gives a very smooth ride, and it is very strong track. And I can personally share my experience. I was in these vehicles a few times, and I was just standing up, not holding my hands anywhere, and I had to look outside to see if the vehicle was moving. Yeah. So that was so smooth, no sound. And this is the secret. Yeah, it's a special sort of anchor. And you can see we can build anywhere, above water, above mountains, whatever. And then what do we build? We build three rails, three sort of rails. You have the flexible one, and this one can be built, you know, above mountains, water, and the anchors in between can be in distance very, very far. Then you have the rigid one. The rigid one is more for using between cities, for the fast lane and heavy load. Yeah, heavy load. And then this one is in cities. This is the semi-rigid, and this one is for in cities. So you can compare it with a bus or a tram or a metro, but then above the ground. Can you imagine the views? Yeah, I sat in it, and you have wonderful views. So it's even interesting to to just drive around it in the city and see the whole city. So yeah, wow, it was amazing experience that nobody thought about that before. Okay, and then here you can see the strings again. You can see here the strings again, the strings. And you see also the flexible concrete, the filling. Yeah, that's the flexible concrete. Here, the yellow, that's the flexible concrete. Yeah. And then next, the heart of the technology is the engine. This engine is also patented by the designer and CEO of Unitsky String Technology, and this engine can drive on anything. You see, natural gas, methane. I mean, it's very, very environment friendly. And then you see the wheel here, and then you see the rail. And here you see again these strings, and you see the flexible concrete. So this is real. You see, these are demonstrations. Yeah, and you can see how it looks like in real. So what are the advantages? First of all, the aerodynamics are mind-blowing. I mean, mind-blowing. Comparing to a car, the aerodynamics of a car is 0.4 cx. Yeah, you see here the car's on the ground, the air gets trapped underneath, and that means that behind the car, the energy is swirling, and this swirling energy sucks the vehicle backwards. So the vehicle needs to use a lot of power and also fuel to get forward. We don't have that problem. We're in the air. So the air cannot get stuck underneath. And you see here the difference. Can you imagine a Formula One car is 0.2. Our vehicle is 0.06. So if this vehicle passes you, you will not hear it, but you will also not feel it. And the leaves on the trees will not move. Then other parameters. The cost is very low. I mean, look the comparisons. It's amazingly low. Then the operation costs are very low too. So, and a lot of countries like this. Yeah. The energy consumption, now you know why, is also very low. But the capacity is very high. Yeah, we can bear a very heavy load. That means we can load up a rail with a lot of vehicles, Yes, so we can transport a lot of people in one time or cargo in one time. And then for me, the most important is the environment pollution. Very, very low. So this transportation will have a huge impact on the earth in a positive way, of course. And then the accident rates also very, very, very important, because we all know people who get injured or died in transportation. So this one will solve the problem. Okay, what else? People say to me, yeah, Kaat, but there are others, other transportations. Okay, let's compare. Okay, we have the monorail, yes. We have the magnet levitation, yes. We have the hyperloop, yes. Okay, they're all eco-friendly, yes. But safety, yeah, all doing very good. Adaptability, there we go. We have a problem. You need flat ground. And to have flat ground, do you know what you have to do to have a flat ground? To build a road or to build rails. We don't need that. We can build anywhere. The adaptability is amazing. Yeah, no limits. And then the speed, people say, yeah, but the Hyperloop is very fast. Okay, the Hyperloop is very fast, but see the price tag. 100 million and more the kilometers. See, our price tag 3 million for a single rail, and for a double rail, 8 million. Compare it. Okay, we go 600 kilometers an hour. That's half of the speed, but it's still very fast, yes? So, and the cost is very low. To use the transportation, the cost is very low. I don't know how big the price tag of the Hyperloop will be. So consider this. Then who designed all of this amazing technology? Let me introduce you, men and women. This is Anatoly Unitsky Eduardovich. This man, I always say, if this man was an actor, he would be world famous. This man is a genius. He has 150 inventions on his name. Inventions, yeah. He's a space engineer. He wrote 20 monographies, that means books. And he wrote 200 scientific papers. So yes, this man would be world famous, and he's famous in his section, yeah, as an engineer and designer. So this man took 40 years of his life, he's now 72, to develop this transportation. And I will show you some of the designs, all designs. His first test, this vehicle is still alive, it's renovated, and it is shown off in test park, one of our test parks in Belarus. You can see here, see Anatoly Unitsky, Dr. Anatoly Unitsky, very proudly next to his first test park years ago. And you see his vehicles, and then one of his last designs to get all the factories into space and give the planet a place to breathe and breathe clean oxygen again. So that would be very, very nice to live in a green planet without pollution of the industry. Can you imagine? So, and let me show off some patents of him. And it's all over the world, yeah. So the world is recognizing his technology. And you can see him here proudly explain and meet people all over the world. So there were exhibitions all over. I was one of them. This one here, you see me standing. These are people of my country, Belgium. You see the CEO explaining, and they have a lot of questions, of course. You see the high speed in the back. Yeah, that was the premiere of the high speed in Berlin. Wonderful, wonderful experience to share this with the world the first time. And then you have Nadezhda, this is his wife. And she's more the businesswoman. Yeah, she keeps an eye on the business. She lets everything, makes everything roll, and he can focus on the design and on the technology. So the results is, in all those years, we gathered money for 6 years. We have our own building, the Unitsky String Technology. You can read it, it's 9 stories high. Around 1,000 engineers, designers are working for us. We have our own factory, so that means it's in the possession of the company. Yeah, it's not from the banks. We paid for it. So this is the factory, and you can see here inside, very proud engineers in front of the tropical vehicle. This one is especially for against very high temperatures and sand, because sand can be very destructive for technology. And then this one can resist very low temperatures. And so you see these pictures are made inside a factory where everything is built from scratch. And then you need to test the rails, you need to test the vehicles. You can see it here, one vehicle without the cap on. And you see here the test rails. This is a test park. Yeah, we call it the Eco Techno Park. This test park is in Marina Gorka, that is in Belarus. The factory is also in Belarus, and the office is also in Belarus. Belarus is an independent country between Europe and Russia. Yeah, and you see here the tracks. So everything is tested. You see these trees? These are all fruit trees. I was here. This is a big pond with a lot of fish in there. You have this, there's a big eco house here. This looks so small, but it's a huge house. And well, you have laboratories here. It's a very, very well organized test park. And then the second test park is in Sharjah, next to Dubai. And this is a design, but it's real already. You have the eco house. I'll show you more pictures about it. And then you have the station. People come and visit them and experience to drive in it, because now you can drive in it. And you see here our CEO negotiating with the design of the park and so on. You see here more pictures of Sharjah. If you see a lot of sand, that's in Sharjah. If you see a lot of green, except this one, this is in the eco house, is a self-sufficient house in Sharjah. But you see here, it's pure sand. You see here one of the railroad big anchors for very heavy load, and it's mostly containers. You see here Mr. Unitsky, Dr. Unitsky, negotiating and controlling everything, checking everything. It's very important that everything goes good, because there's many companies who want to see us do the wrong things. But we will succeed. We succeed on all things, and we survived the pandemic. So you see here a big billboard, and this is the leaders team again, and I'm here somewhere. It was a very hot day, and it was the first anchor in the ground in Sharjah. And you see here the tropical vehicle in one of the stations. So it was a special day. And we also went to the World Government Summit in the Arab Emirates in February 2019. And that's how the world got in contact with us, and we with the world. And so you see here the ruler of Dubai and his son in front of the camera, and they're very, very proudly, and they're very fond of the skypods that want to be built in Dubai. And of course, if we went to the world came to us. And so more than 32 international delegates came to Belarus. You see Belarus there, and Sharjah, to the test parks, to have a ride, to feel and to experience the new technology. And good news, we officially are going to build between Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Juman, yeah, and then go to Sharjah and then Fujairah. That is in the Emirates, United Emirates. What is it going to be? It's going to be passengers and cargo. So that's contract is signed, and yeah, when are they going to start building? Well, it will be very fast, because there's not a lot of bureaucracy in United Arab Emirates, and because bureaucracy, paperwork is slowing down everything, and here we don't have a lot of that. So there are only a few sheikhs who pay for it and decide, and let's go and start building. So I am waiting to see it being built, this track. Once this is built, I think it's all done. And of course, there will no dividends anymore. So you can see here the latest pictures. This man is responsible for Sharjah Test Park. I see him here very proudly show off the stations, yeah, in United Arab Emirates, and some people who visited had a drive in the vehicle. So wow, that's a huge step for us, huge step for us. In 6 years, we did it in 6 years. So we started in 2014 with the crowdfunding, and it was 15 stages. We're now in 14.1, and we will go the 21st of this month to 14.2. So the step in the middle here. And then we will go to the 15th stage, and then we're done. So then you don't have any chance anymore to become co-owner of this company. So what do we offer as a platform? Everybody can join. You can even start at $50. You get 900 shares. You can pay off between 5 and 9 months. It depends on which package you choose. And yes, we have already more than 400,000 investors worldwide and in every category of life. And you see me here with a Belgium delegate. Crazy, we were so happy. And you see here the high speed in the back of us, at our back. And this was in a test park in Belarus, and there were around 7,000 investors there. It was an amazing experience. The energy was so high because we build it. Yes, this is technology built by the people for the people. So that's amazing. It gives you so much power to bring changes in the world. So what are the packages at the moment? You can see here the costs. You can see here how many units you get. We call it units, yes. These are dividend shares. And then you can see also how cheap they are, 0.03, 0.06. And then you can see also how many months you pay off and how much the month. Yeah. So if you want to have this slide, you can make a screenshot, or I can send it to you. You contact me afterwards. And then one-time payment, you can see here. I don't lie. This very important. We are telling the truth. For $50, you get 900 units of shares. Yeah. So, and it's unlimited. You can buy as many as you want. And only private people are invited. So what are dividend shares? Let me explain, because people hear the word share, they think about the stock market. Wrong. These are dividend shares. Dividend shares, that means that you become co-owner of the technology. That means that you get a piece of the profits every year when the company makes profit. When does the company make profit? When they sold a commercial project. Did we sell a commercial project? Yes, we did. Yes. So when will we have the dividends? When we have all the money, the costs reducted, and then we know how much dividend we will have. First year, how much will it be? I don't know. It depends how much cost we had, how much profit we had. But every year there will be tracks more and more and more. The world is waiting for us. This is a necessity. Yeah, transportation is a necessity. And the current transportation has huge problems and no solutions. We give these solutions. Cheap to build, cheap to maintain, safe, ecological, fast. What do you want? Yes. So we have the solution in our hands. So grab it. These dividends on top are inherited. Yes, so that means if you make the decision to step in, to become co-owner, your children and grandchildren will have a benefit from it. Why? Unitsky give 100 years guarantee on the tracks. 100 years, that's many lifetimes. Yeah, it's not only your you're not going to live 100 years. Yes, let's be honest. So if you leave this wonderful planet, your children will get the shares. They inherit it. So the shares are not on your name now. Your children will get the shares, and they can give it to their children. Amazing. And yes, you can sell your shares back to the company. But would you sell the chicken with the golden eggs? I wouldn't. So let me make you conscious about that. So do we have to go on the stock market to get dividends? No. What do we need? We need profit. When do we have profit? We will have profit if there's a commercial project sold. Is there a commercial project sold? Yes. When will we have the dividends? When all the costs are deducted from the money the company gets, and we know the profit. Yeah? Okay. So where are we now? We're just here in the pre-IPO. So that means there's still dividends, very cheap. And then once we go on the stock market, the A shares, not the B shares, dividend shares, the A shares will be bought because already there are more than 400,000 shareholders. So that will be impressive on the stock market. If we go on the stock market, then the value of the company will raise, and then the profit will be bigger, and we will have more dividends. So the impact of the stock market will have an impact on how much dividend we will get, but it is not necessary. Is it necessary? No, it's not. Yeah, we only need profit. Okay, so we are a rapidly growing transportation company. So jump on that train. How do you do that? You do that very, very easily. You contact the person who sent you to this meeting, or you contact me if you got straight in this meeting. You got a link from me, and you give your name, email, and phone number. We give you a free back office on the platform with no obligation. Yeah, you don't have to invest and put in money, but where you get access to all the documents. Every question will be answered. All the documents are there in English, and even the back office is in Hindi. Yeah, English, Hindi, I don't know how many languages. I think 30 languages. I mean, a lot of languages are in there now. Yeah, this is how you enter your back office, and it is important that you check always that you use the right address, because there are hackers. Yeah, so if you start up, then save this address, yeah, on your bookmark, so you never log in into a hacker's account. Yeah, and then you need your email and passwords, and the whole procedure to get your email and password in this situation. Yeah, to log in, I have an admin team that will help you and to do all the practical things. You don't have to do it alone. And on top of that, you can use it on your phone. This is a free app. You go to the App Store, only on Android. So you go to the Play Store and you put in SWC. You see this logo, and you can install it for free. This is my phone. This is a picture of my phone. This is how it looks like, and you can change it in all languages. You can see your shares, you can see the news, you can see everything on there. Yeah. If you're a partner, you can also see your downline on it, how much profit you made, blah, blah, blah. You can make a business of it. Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much to listen. Now I will stop sharing.